My name is Ethan, and I'm in 4th grade. I live in a small town in Oregon with my grandparents, Grandpa Joe and Grandma Linda. My parents left for the city when I was 3 to find work, but they never came back. No one knows what happened to them. Sometimes I miss them, but Grandpa and Grandma love me enough to make up for it. The best part of my life is my 2 best friends, Jake and Emma. We do everything together, walking to school, playing, studying, and even getting into trouble. Every morning, we take a shortcut through Ravenwood Forest. It's quiet, calm, and never felt dangerous. It's our playground, filled with laughter and secrets. But one afternoon, everything changed. Jake suddenly stopped and asked, "Did you hear that?" Emma joked. "Probably a ghost calling your name, Jake." But Jake looked serious. "It sounded real," he said. The sound came from behind the old hollow oak, a massive ancient tree that stood deeper in the woods. My grandparents once told me a story about it 15 years ago. A young couple disappeared after crossing it. I always had a feeling my parents were that couple. A rusted sign hung on the tree. It said, "Do not cross this tree. It's not safe." I took a deep breath and said, "Let's vote." Thumbs up to check it out, thumbs down to go home. We all voted yes. Jake Emma took off running. "Wait, Emma!" we yelled, but she was already gone. Jake and I stepped through the tree's shadow, and everything changed. The air turned cold, fog covered the ground. The forest looked the same, but it wasn't. Jake asked, "Ethan, what is this place?" I didn't answer because I already knew. This was where my parents disappeared. We searched for Emma, but there was no sign of her. Then Jake tripped. Before us stood a rock wall that hadn't been there before. A cold breeze swept through. Then a whisper. "Ethan?" I turned around. A man and woman stood in the fog, and somehow I knew they were my parents. "Mom? Dad?" I whispered. They looked at me with tears in their eyes. "You found us," my mom said. They explained everything. They were trapped. The tree wasn't just a tree, it was a loop in time. They had been stuck for years. I asked, "How do we leave?" My mom said, "Only the tree can let us go." But we couldn't leave without Emma. I focused hard, and suddenly, Emma was standing in front of us. We ran, all of us, through the shadow of the tree. The moment we crossed, the world shifted again. Warm air, sunlight. We were back in Ravenwood Forest. My parents stood beside me, alive real. They fell to their knees and hugged me. "We're home," my dad whispered. The next day, the town was in shock. My parents hadn't aged. No one could explain it. At school, Jake and Emma acted like it was just another day. But that night, lying in bed, I thought about the tree. What was it, really? A doorway? A test? A curse? One thing's for sure, somewhere beyond time, the old hollow oak still holds its secrets, and I'm the only one who knows the truth.